All right, well, take a look at 11-5, and I think I've used different numbers, but this would be the same for you guys, both your 11-4 and 11-6, which I believe are both assigned to you. And again, I used different numbers here, but what we're talking about here is how paying interest and interest being tax deductible makes an effective rate or an effective cost of that interest actually a little bit less. On the equity side, things that you do on the equity side don't receive any favorable tax treatment, but interest does in fact receive favorable tax treatment. And so, it just says some examples. If our yield or rate, that we're paying is 10%, we're in a 25% marginal tax bracket. We're going to have a effective cost of 7.5%, right? That kind of just, reduce that by 25%. It kind of makes sense, right? The formula should be more like this. It's equal to our rate times parentheses 1 minus our tax. And that's equal to 7.5%. There's a couple other ways you could do the formula. That I think is probably the easiest way to do it. And then when you do that, you can just carry it on down, right? You can see if we have zero tax, then our effective, if we're in the zero tax bracket, okay, our effective rate stays the same. So little deal here, just kind of gives you an idea. Our earnings before interest and tax is $1,000. Our interest is $1,000. So our EBT, earnings before taxes, then is 900. We pay 25% of that. We pay $225 in taxes here, and we have a net income of $675. On the other hand, if we didn't get to deduct that interest, right? Okay, then we'd pay our earnings before taxes would be $1,000, and we'd pay $250 in taxes. $25 more. Okay, our net income here, if we're not counting any interest, okay, but subtracting the interest to kind of equalize these two things, we'd only make $650 here. So all I'm saying in this particular column is if interest was not tax deductible, if it didn't receive that favorable tax benefit, this is what our net income would be, but it's $675 because we do receive that favorable tax. Okay, and the way you could say that is the net income $750, kind of the same for both of them, but you take $100 off here, you only take $75 off here to get that $675, which is the effective rate then that you pay.